What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Halloween villain's favorite nerd. Today we are looking at Marvel Legends Spider-Man, Absorbing Man, Build-A-Figure Wave, Jack O Lantern, Venom, and Spider-Man. So Venom, he comes with a few accessories, 2 hands with the white painted on, and then I believe the black painted on top. It's not like they painted around that circle. Hands are good enough, good fists, and they're both, swiveled with hinges in and out. Which is fine. And then the other one is its alternate head with the tongue out. The green is painted on top of the tongue, which is really pretty well done. And then coming outside the mouth, it's a little cartoony, but it's okay. And then the teeth are all sculpted and painted, which you might think is should be expected, but we'll talk about why that isn't necessarily so. And then the white is painted fairly well. A little touch and go at some of the edges, but a little out of control there, but pretty. For a Marvel Legend, pretty good. Now, this guy, which is the Hyperion mold, I believe, and, it's fine. It's a fine mold, but, I would like to see some new stuff here and there. Head is on a ball hinge. Decent sculpt, except the teeth are not sculpted. And the gum line gets on the black, which is not as big of a deal. The white here is not painted clean. And it's pretty touch and go in there too. I can't stand that they didn't sculpt those teeth. Such a waste. Such a waste. There's the ball peg. Well, the ball hinge rather. And we'll get this. We'll get this one on there because this one's a bit better. I actually would have preferred a closed mouth one with just the teeth showing, but since they did such a terrible job on actually sculpting it, we'll go with this one. Swivel works fine. Articulation, good back, good down, good side to side. So all in all, pretty good. Ball hinge shoulders, we've talked about this mold 1,000 times, so we're just going to kind of fly through it. They work fine, spin around, pretty good to go. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, not a lick of paint anywhere on the arm, except for the hand, which is on a swivel and a hinge, and you get the hands, gonna get ya. And then same on the other side. The paint on the hands, the squares look fine, the circles look fine on top. The spider is okay. We see we got white here, white there, fuzzy line work there, fuzzy line work down in there on both sides. It's just like this is all they had to paint, It does follow up all the way for the ab crunch, which is nice, and the ab crunch gets good down too, per usual. Swivel works fine, but that ain't right. You hear that click? That's not right. And then there's a gap. There's a gap in there too. T-jointed ball joints for hips, they work okay. No issues there. Thigh swivel, that's intact. Double jointed knee, that works fine. Calf swivel, which is stupid, but there. And a ankle hinge and rocker. Very limited sculpt work done here. The only thing new is the head, and then maybe the hands, and then they had to paint the hands and the spider. So they didn't have to do a lot, and I feel like what they did do is not great. Do you know what I mean? It's fine, but it's not great. Up next is Jack O Lantern. This is like the Jack O Lantern that's with the Savage 6 or whatever. He was in the Axis book. If you read that, it was garbage. But if you read Axis, he's in that. It comes with this accessory. He's like a more recent Jack O Lantern, though he's not the original. Orange translucent here. Actually, I think it's probably just translucent plastic all the way through. It's just that the paint is just a solid brown. Silver's done okay. And then it kind of goes to this orangey translucent plastic, which is the base of it. It's a broomstick that he flies around on, which is fine. He also comes with this translucent pumpkin bomb, which is okay. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about this character, but I'm not sure what that sculpted is supposed to be. I guess it's the mouth, and that's the nose, but you can barely make it out. So, it's fine. He comes with this sickle as well, which is actually pretty cool. Once again, it's the same kind of problems in order to get him to hold it. But, you kind of have to, like, I don't know, I guess you can put it in this hand here. and it's not terrible, but it just doesn't seem like he's really holding it. Everything else is kind of painted okay. A little heavy on the silver. I feel like it feels like it's getting ready to chip, but it's not hateful. It's not a hateful accessory. It's a cool sculpt for sure. For the figure, okay, so the head is on a ball hinge, limited back, limited down, good side to side. The head sculpt is actually pretty cool. They've painted it, they've washed it, which gives it like an illuminating effect from the inside out, which is pretty cool. Good idea, smart. I wouldn't have necessarily thought of it. Yellow paint on the inside. Translucent pieces for like burning effects glued to both eyes and then around the base of the head, which look pretty cool. This orange plastic, translucent plastic once again. So that's a pretty cool design. So moving down, we'll talk about the arms. Ball hinged arms per usual. All sorts of ratchets going on up in there, plastic ratchets that are fine. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, gets you pretty good range. And then the wrist swivel, which is way back here, which hides the joint but gets you no hand articulation, so that's a bit of a bummer. The black is plastic, and then the brown is painted on and does look pretty good. No paint for the rest of the arm. Same on the other side. And then neither one of these hands is really meant to grip this, which is another issue. You can kind of wrap it around and put it on the outside of the hand, but then it doesn't quite look right. It's just it's a real game of cat and mouse. Torso, we have the silver painted on. We have these pads sculpted on and painted, and they look good for the most part. You know, a couple little errors here and there, but nothing really to complain about. The silver stripe is also done fairly well. Ratcheted ab crunch gets you down to there, which is good. Back to there, which is fine. No waist swivel? No waist swivel. I figured it was hidden underneath the belt. Silly me. No waist swivel. We got these soft floating pieces of plastic on here for the belts. The silver's painted on. The grenades are painted on. Everything else is single sculpt. What a bummer. Y-jointed ball discs, or ball hinges, however you prefer to call them, for hips, which are a pain. You get the swivel where they connect into the pelvis, and then you get the hinge to get you in and out, and then you rotate this, and then rotate the thigh back around in order to get the front and back. Definitely not my favorite design. Wrinkles are all sculpted in and look good. Thigh swivels built up on top. Double jointed knees, which work really well and actually are really clean as well. And then all the line work in the pants is all sculpted in, which is nice. Boots are, I'm going to say the green is what's painted here. I think the black is the base. And then the brown is painted on top and the green is painted. And the green actually is a really good match. Good for them. Ankle tilt, nothing really back unless it should go. But this ratchet maybe, I don't want to break it. And the rocker's built in. Same on the other side. Let's see if this one, yeah, that one goes. So it's there. Maybe you take some hot water to it and you can move it around. Back, rocker's built in, and that's him. His legs, they come in the package in an odd shape, so they're bowed out. I'm not sure if a hairdryer or anything is going to be able to fix that, but as a result, really difficult time standing because his foundation is next to garbage. And lastly, we have Ben Reilly's Spider-Man, which is surprisingly the best of the three, easily. Not without issues, but we'll talk about accessories first. He comes with a slew of hands. So he comes with the other web shooting hand, the other fist. All of these hinge in and out and swivel. 2 crawling hands, or I guess a pose. You could probably do a pose with them if you wanted. Maybe one hand on the ground. All the line work and stuff looks good as far as the blues and reds and blacks are concerned, so that's good enough. And then the real cool feature of this is that it comes with 2 Carnage hands. Paint is really sloppy, but it's there. Fuzzy at the base knuckles, and then sloppy, slop everywhere else. But what's cool about this, you get these 2 and this head, which is the Carnage head with the lines painted on it, basically. And you can take this head, which is done really well. A really good Spider-Man head, really good sculpt. I'm not sure if I've seen it before, can't recall. All the lines are done really sharp, though, everywhere. So we'll take that off, and we'll put this head on. There we go. And then we'll take the hands off. This one and that one. And then we'll add these hands in. These don't hinge. Oh, yes, they do. Disregard. Pretty good seams. And now you have Spider-Carnage, which is a smart idea. Very cool idea. You know, a little bit of bang for your buck, a little bit of a different character for your shelf. So I commend them for that. Now let's talk articulation. Ball hinge works fine. We've seen this sculpt before, so we're just going to kind of fly through it. All the paint looks good on the head. All the line work looks really good on the red here. Little sketchy right there, but outside of that, overall, really well done. Very nice. A really nice butterfly joint in there, all the way out to there. Very cool. You get the swivel at the shoulder, and it's on a ball hinge, so that works well. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, that works well. You get these gauntlets on there, which is nice. Little sprue cut there, I think. But all looks really good, works really well. Very nice. Same on the other side. Waist swivel, ab crunch, good both ways. T-jointed ball joints for hips, which work okay. Not perfect for a Spider-Man character, but pretty good. Thigh swivel, works fine on both sides. Double jointed knee, that looks good. You know, double jointed knees usually look good on smaller frame figures, so that explains that. Paint on the boot looks good on both sides. Not perfect, you know what I mean? But good, which is okay. And then ankle hinge and rocker. So all in all, definitely a treat. Kind of disappointing. Jack O Lantern is a mess. He'll look good enough you get him posed. I use his broom as a third leg, so to speak, in order to get him to stand properly. Venom, probably one of the most popular Spider-Man villains, if not the most popular Spider-Man villain, and I kind of feel like he warranted his own mold, for one. Secondly, I kind of feel like he warranted a little bit of a more TLC, a little bit more attention to detail with him. And then Spider-Carnage is actually on the money. Like, he's awesome. I definitely recommend him. The other two are kind of a pass unless you're trying to build Absorbing Man, and even then I think there's ways to work it so that you can kind of pick and choose some pieces in order to build a figure. But there is a little bit of extra paint, like a little bit of extra wash with Jack O Lantern. It's unfortunate with Jack O Lantern because there's a lot of extra love that went into it. Like, to be honest, like the head sculpt, there's a lot of love there. Even the paint on the broom, a lot of love there. A lot of care with the thought process anyway with the Ben Reilly Spider-Man Spider-Carnage figure, and then it's kind of like they just took the lowest common denominator for Venom. He'll look fine on the shelf, but he's just not like, it just doesn't scream Venom. I think the body sculpt doesn't scream Venom. But all in all, I'd have to say definitely pick up Spider-Carnage if you're a Spider-Man fan, or if you're a Spider-Carnage fan, or if you're a Marvel Legends fan. The other two, I'd say pass on unless you're trying to build the figure. Venom will be okay. You know, he's not gonna be a huge bummer for you, but it's just hard, man. It's hard to recommend these at $20 a pop. It's like I don't see it, but it's not without regret. You know, both on my side as a fan, and it seems like from a design perspective. You know, I think they wanted this to look right. I think they wanted Jack O Lantern especially to look right, but you know, it's just hard to build anything solid on a weak foundation.
I need to get up to that Marvel Legends shelf, but my stool isn't quite tall enough.
Perfect. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.